Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to apologise about the background. It is not picture perfect. I don't care. We're all home. We are homeschooling. The kids are happy. I'm happy. Right. So today is the 25th of January. And back on the 1st of January, I decided that I was going to do a no spend year for myself. A no spend year basically is not a no spend year. I suppose you could call it a no spend year or a low spend year. It's not, for me, it's not spending money on necessities. No, it is spending money on necessities. It's not spending money on unnecessary, I can't say the word, things that I don't need, things that I don't need, things that I buy because I'm bored, things that I buy because I go, oh, that's sparkly, oh, that's pretty. So yeah, so to me it's a low spend year, and I'm not going to spend money on things I don't need. So before I started this challenge for this 365 12-month challenge, which seems very daunting, I've made myself a list. I've made myself a list of do's and a list of don'ts, and this is going to split, and it's going to be different for everybody who wants to do a low or a no spend year. So for example, on my list I have an exceptions. Now, sorry, my voice is going. And exceptions. In the exceptions part, it are things I will allow myself to spend money on. I will allow myself to spend money on shoes, on footwear, no, sensible shoes, sensible footwear, not dolly shoes for one day out, not they ever wear them, or a pair of knee-high boots because they're, they're there. I'm going to spend on sensible footwear for myself. I'm allowed to be spending my money on my children's footwear because their feet are growing so fast. I can't let them wear small shoes. Also, I'll let the children have, I won't let, that sounds harsh. I will spend money on the children's clothes because they grow so fast, they grow out of clothes. However, when they grow out of clothes, I am not going to keep their old clothes because the other reason that I'm doing this is trying to minimise the things that we own. So I'm not going to keep their old clothes just in case. I'll be selling those clothes on, and then the money that I make from selling those clothes will be put back into the no spend fund. I'll also try and buy second hand where possible. So for example, I will try and buy second hand play clothes instead of going to a shop and buying brand new play clothes for the children, just because to me it's going to start making more sense. Also on my exceptions list is things like medication. I'll pay for medication, obviously. Bills, gas, electric, council tax, although somebody else covers them. However, I will also pay for my own car, my fuel, my MOT, my tax, my insurance, any repairs that it needs, tyres, exhausts, everything. That's what I'll allow myself to spend on. I'll also allow myself to spend on the children for their birthday. They'll have a maximum of £20 each for their birthday from myself. That may sound harsh, but they are only young. They do not understand the value of money. They are happy with a box kind of thing. So I will allow myself up to £20 to spend on the children for a decent present and not buy all the tiny little knick-knacky presents that just get shoved somewhere, broken and then thrown out. I've also gone round and I've made myself lists and notes of what I already have. So for example, I have scissors. I don't need to replace my scissors unless they get broken. If they get blunt, I have a scissor sharpener. I can sharpen them. I have endless utensils. I do not need any more utensils, no matter how pretty they are, no matter how sparkly they are, or neutral looking they are, or wooden looking they are. I do not need any more unless they get broken, unless they get damaged. I am allowed to replace them in my own list if they get broken or damaged. I've also found that I have soap, I have shampoo, I have toothpaste, I have kids' lotions. I have enough of certain things not to have to buy them again for a while. Another key thing there is to use up what you've already got before you start replacing it. That's going to save a lot. Also, when I go out shopping, I try and look at an item that I like and I say, do I need it? Do I have a need for it? Most of the time, the answer to the question, do I need it, is yes. Yes. First thing I think of, yes, I need it. But then when I actually look into it and I think about it, do I have a use for it? No. Can I live without it? Yeah. In 3 days' time, am I going to think, oh, I wish I never bought that item? more than likely not. In 3 days' time, it's probably still going to be sat on the dining room table, waiting for a home and waiting for a use. So if it's that situation, then I don't buy it. And then I've saved myself that amount of money, and I feel good for walking away from it. And then the next one I have to share with you guys is to meal plan. We do have takeaways. I think we've had a couple this month already, which I'm trying to rein back in because it's been Brooke's birthday, it's been my birthday, it's been, you know, a snowy day where you wanted to play in the snow and not cook a dinner. So I'm trying to pull those back in and not have so many takeaways. I'm aiming for one a month. That may sound harsh, but that's what I'm aiming for. So far I've failed. I'm not going to embarrass myself and say how bad I failed, but I have failed. Yes, it's Jessie. So yeah, so meal plan. So get yourself a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just get yourself a piece of paper and meal plan. Your breakfast, your dinner, your tea. And then when you go shopping, make a shopping list based off your meal plan. Your breakfast, your meal, your tea and your snacks. And then you're not going to overspend. You're not going to buy excess crisps because you've got 12 packets in the cupboard and you get to the shop and you're like, oh, I don't know if I've got any crisps. That's a bad example. I should have used fruit. Never mind. So a shopping list is going to save money. I always write a shopping list because I always forget stuff and I buy stuff that I don't need. And since doing a shopping list from the start of January, I've found that my shopping bill has come down and I've actually got real food in. Whereas before it would be junk food because I'd go shopping when I was hungry. So those are my top tips at the moment and what I've learned. So far I've done really well. I've only brought Jessie some clothes because he's grown out of his, and I've only brought Jessie some leggings because she's growing out of hers. I've not brought myself anything. I nearly have. I've nearly brought a printer. I've nearly brought wellies. But then I've looked online and I've gone, if they don't fit, I've got to return those, and that's going to charge me the delivery cost to return them. So I'm going to pay for them to be delivered, and then I'm going to pay for them to be returned, and I'm going to have to wait for my refund. And then I've held back and I've gone, nah, if I just wait until the shops reopen, because we are in a pandemic at the moment, so they aren't, so we're not going anywhere, so I don't actually need wellies because we're not going anywhere, I just wanted a pair. So if I wait for the shops to be open, I can go to the shops, I can see if they fit me there and then. I've automatically saved £8 of delivery and returning. That's like £8 a tenner, always round up. Always round up. If something's $9.99, it's a tenner. If something's $5.99, it's a tenner. That's my tip, because then things seem over expensive and then it puts me off buying them. However, I really want it and it's $49.99 instead of 40 quid. But yeah, but that's besides the point. So yeah, my top tip so far is make an exception list. It's going to be personal to yourself. Make a list of what you already have around the home, what you're going to use up first before initially placing. Again, that's going to be personal to yourselves. Ask yourself if you see something, do you have a use for it? Do you want it? Because the answer is yes, otherwise you wouldn't be buying it. Do you have a use for it? Yeah. Do you have a use? Are you going to chuck something out? Is it going to replace something? Have you got a use for this item? After that, it's meal planning and shopping lists, because that is the best way to save money. You can use up what's in your cupboard then. For example, you might have packets and packets of pasta, so why buy more pasta when you could use up what you've got first, which is going to save you the money. So yeah, so that is my top tips so far, my 5 top tips that I've learnt through January for a low or a no spend year. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please subscribe. I will try and update again when I've learnt a few more lessons, which will probably be pretty fast, to be honest. Please hit subscribe, please hit the like button, please follow me, and hopefully you'll be able to come on this journey with me. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you.